Utah's most accurate forecast with Alana Brophy. Weather rates certified 11 years in a row.
All right, so Alana was live just outside the studio at 5, and look at all the accumulation right there just within the hour.
And the wind making that snow not just fall, but blow, Alana.
Yeah, it's really cold. This system really means business, and we watch the transition and the accumulation happening, and it's happening very, very quickly in Salt Lake County. Not a surprise. This is where we're going to get our large snow totals from. But as I stand out here, I can tell you, not pleasant, which is one of the reasons why officials were like, don't travel tonight, and you don't want to be caught out in this, because this system really means business. All right, it's not just Salt Lake County. It's been snowing the longest up in Cache Valley, where you're taking that live view. It's Utah State University, and you can see the accumulation on the road there. We definitely have been dealing with crews and plows trying to pave the sidewalk in this area, which is not a surprise. This cold front was very organized, coming in with this long wave trough, which you're going to be able to see here on the satellite radar. And as we kind of zoom in, you see the system dropping in from the north. And that's where our valley rain was coming from, but then the cold front came through and switched that over to snow. Sweeping STORMTRACKER radar gives you an idea of that swath of snow that has now taken over the Wasatch Front and will continue to accumulate. We do have an avalanche warning that is in effect, and that's going to hold on through 6 a.m. tomorrow. The winds keeping it interesting out here, and we know that with heavy snow and strong winds, avalanche danger is going to spike. It's headed to high for the northern Wasatch Front and the Bear River Range. Not a surprise there. Now in southern Utah, they're not dealing with this just yet. They're actually dealing with some very strong winds. High wind warning in effect that went into effect at 2 p.m. Wind advisory on the eastern side of the state. Very gusty conditions, and the strong winds will hold on. So areas south and east of the cold front dealing with this wild wind, and until the front passes, they will continue to see that. Now, the travel for tomorrow morning. We told you that the evening commute would be messy tonight. Wednesday morning commute equally as bad, with fresh snow on the ground and snow continuing in portions of northern Utah. That does include the Wasatch Front. So some of these popular thoroughfares like Parley's will be snow covered and slushy. So you want to give yourself a tremendous amount of time if you're heading out early, just so that you can be prepared and ready to go. The Cottonwoods already dealing with heavy snow and their traction law in effect, and that's going to hold steady as we head into early tomorrow morning. Taking a look at the futurecast, it gives you an idea of what we're seeing. So this front moving through, it's going to slow down and stall and deliver a decent amount of snow. You see that area of low pressure that lifts to the northeast, so we get heavy accumulation for the overnight. We are going to see snow continuing for the morning commute, and you can see that wraparound moisture with the counterclockwise flow of that area of low pressure, delivering snow yet again to the Wasatch Front, the central portion of the state, and eastern Utah. Cold air at this point has already flooded into southern Utah, so by tomorrow morning, we could even mix in some snowflakes with raindrops down on those palm trees. Now, as we make it through the afternoon and into the evening, you should know, there you go, check that clock in the corner of your screen. You can see the morning hours very sloppy and snowy. We become showery as we get into the afternoon and evening. Those snow showers will continue. We're going to see unstable conditions, and those snow showers will be scattered. So while you may get breaks in the action, we won't be totally done with this storm system until early Thursday morning when it exits the high country. So this is something that's going to impact us for the next several hours and the next several days. Eventually it does clear. Here's a look at what to expect in your backyard. Lots of snow, folks, 6 to 12 inches for our northern valleys, and that includes the Wasatch Front. You can see Tooele and Salt Lake County on the higher end of that at 8 to 14 inches, 10 to 16 for the benches. So high totals for our most populated areas. Backside of the Wasatch, 1 to 2 feet. Mountain valleys going to do well. Look at the high country. We're talking about measuring the snow in feet, 1 to 4 feet based on where you are in the state. The Cottonwoods could be on the higher end of that, reaching for 40 inches when all is said and done. We also know eastern Utah, the last ones to tap into that snow, we'll see 2 to 6 inches in Castle Country after they get done with the wind. The Uinta Basin picks up accumulation, and even St. George, where we see the rain, and Washington County sees the chance of getting some snow there. Temperatures for tomorrow in the 20s. This is not just a large system with snow. It's cold, way below average. Even St. George only in the 40s. It's going to be a chilly one. Here's a look at the next 7 days in Washington County, where we keep those active skies and below average temperatures. The threat for precipitation holds on in St. George. Rain at times, mixed precipitation at other times. The Wasatch Front watching this system as it comes through, delivering snow for tomorrow. though. We do get the chance of snow showers as we roll into Thursday, but late Thursday into Friday, another system impacts us. And then again, late Sunday into next week, the potential for wet weather will be there. Quieter conditions for the weekend, but an isolated chance exists. And just as Glenn said, that accumulation is going to happen fast. We know that we are going to see our heaviest snowfall tied to the passage of this cold front, and the totals are going to stack up. If you don't have to travel, don't. This storm means business and could be the most significant of our season. Glenn, Emily, back to you.
Thank you, Alana. Coming up tonight at 10, we're keeping you informed as Utah's latest storm makes its way through the state.